All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
May the 4th be with you. Yankees were back at it after their walk-off on Friday night to take on Casey Mize and the Detroit Tigers in the Bronx. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back, kid.
All right. How's it going, everybody? First, got to show off this shirt. Hang on. New Juan Soto shirt available in the shop, NYYRecaps.shop. How's it going, everybody? Big weekend win. May the 4th be with you. Another tight game. Another big swing from Anthony Rizzo. Second day in a row that he's had a big knock for this baseball team. First ever ejection. I almost called it an ejection. Is that a word? For Aaron Judge, who, by the way, beginning to show some really good signs that he is coming back. Luke Weaver, incredible out of the bullpen. We got to give him a hand. 2 1/3 scoreless innings, just 1 base runner, 4 strikeouts, and Clay Holmes once again with a lights-out performance, 1 1/3 innings. He has now got 11 saves and a 0 ERA and a 0.92 WHIP. And Luke Weaver, WHIP of 0.73. Phenomenal. So let's go ahead and roll the footage.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
Bob Builder says, is he still Heart Attack Holmes, or can we change up the nickname? Well, he's forcing us to change. This was early on, home run, first batter of the game off of Clark Schmidt. Second time in a row that's happened. But then he settled in. He was dealing, getting the strikeout there. He had 7 strikeouts on the game. Stanton with the RBI single to tie things up. Nice piece of hitting. Second day in a row that he's used the right side and hitting the ball very well. He's got some of those suction cup marks on his arm. And then big breaking ball there from Clark Schmidt. Continues to pitch well. Gets the soft contact to Rizzo there. Rizzo's defense tightening up a little bit at first base, although that one was certainly pretty easy. Another strikeout from Clark Schmidt. He struck out the side in the third. You see the cutter was nasty. The breaking ball right here, the slider down and in, filthy. Knuckle curve probably. There's the cutter and away, 93. Soto, base hit today. He continues to swing the bat well. He's hitting 318, OPS over 980. Judge had hits in his first 2 at-bats. This was an RBI double. He also got tossed in this one, hitting 209 on the season, but starting to come around. He's been on time a lot more the last couple of days. Looking good. Rizzo, biggest swing of the day, fastball up and in, 95, and he tattoos it into the right field upper deck. See the replay. Gets the hands in, barrels it up, and he knew it was gone the moment it left his bat. 6th home run of the season for him. That one off of Casey Mize. Tigers had been undefeated in Casey Mize's starts. That is over with. 411 feet. And then Clark Schmidt kind of had a little bit of trouble here in the top of the 4th. Gave up the triple. Gave up a sac fly to make it 5-3. That was all the scoring in the game. But the bullpen was phenomenal. Luke Weaver, high fastball there. Judge gets called out on a pitch. I thought it was a strike, but it was borderline. 92. He has some words for the ump. Ends up getting the heave-ho over there. Has some more words. Not happy. Let's hope he comes out tomorrow pissed off and destroys the baseball. So, nice job for the Yankees to win their 2nd straight game on the homestand. They go for the sweep tomorrow, but it's not going to be easy. You got Tariq Skubal, who is phenomenal. They're now 9 games over 500. They're 22-13, so they got a chance tomorrow to get to 10 over for the first time this season. Hey, reminder to like and subscribe. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a Yankees podcast. We go live after pretty much every Yankees game. Hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a recap, even if you have to miss a game. And call into the voicemail show. We are going to do a voicemail show every weekday morning all season long. 718-899-1068. Might do one later tonight because the voicemails are starting to pile up, and I don't want to get too far behind. But let's go back and take a look at some of the finer points here.
Let's go. Let's get it going.
So yeah, second game in a row that Clarke Schmidt gave up a leadoff home run, and second time in a row that it was seemingly a wake-up call because he settled right in after that and pitched pretty well. Bottom of the first inning, almost a carbon copy of last night. It was deja vu all over again, as Yogi would say. Judge picked up the line drive single to right field. Beautiful swing. It was 96 miles an hour, and he saw it really well and squared it up, line drive to right field. When he's doing that, he's close. He's very close. Verdugo picked up an infield single, dribbler in almost the same spot that he bunted last night. And then Giancarlo Stanton ripped a line drive over the right fielder's head to tie the game at 1. 1 for 4 on the day for Big G. Baseball's bizarre, man. Same thing, basically. 2 innings in a row for the Yankees offensively. Schmidt, as I mentioned, settled down. He struck out the side in the third inning. 6 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. He finished with 7. Bottom 3, Volpe walked. Soto ripped a line drive single, and then an RBI double from Aaron Judge. He kind of got jammed on the pitch, but still got it down the line, kind of like almost like a looping line drive, kind of hit it with some top spin. But third consecutive hit in 3 at-bats for Aaron Judge. Later in the inning, Mr. Anthony Rizzo.
There it goes! See ya! Go! See ya!
Long home run. He knew it. That made it 5-1. 100.8 miles per hour off the bat. I always do that. Specifically when it's 100.8, I always screw it up. 411 feet off the second deck and down into the bleachers. Top 4, the Tigers scratched across a couple of runs on some well-placed contact. I didn't think they hit him all that hard. And I thought Clarke Schmidt threw the ball pretty well today. He was able to get through 5 innings, which is pretty much his standard. Final line, 4 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Obviously, the command was there with no walks. I thought he was victimized by, like I said, some well-placed hits. But at large, he pitched well, and he's putting together a nice season. 3.50 ERA in 7 games started. 1.31 whip on the season. So, rounding into form, very good for your number 4 pitcher. 41 strikeouts in 36 innings pitched. And he picks up his 3rd win of the season. So he is 3-1. Nice job. But the real story in the pitching today, I think, is the bullpen. The bullpen was phenomenal. Caleb Ferguson, not so great. He came in, he got 1 out. He had a walk and a hit allowed. But then Luke Weaver came in and got him out of the jam. Weaver ended up pitching 2 1/3 shutout innings, dominating innings. Very, very nice performance. As I mentioned, his whip, 0.73, so less than a base runner per inning. It's even lower than Clay Holmes.
Nice. Very nice. Thanks.
But he seems to be that guy that's settling into that multi-inning role as needed. And you back him up with Clarke Schmidt, who usually gives you 5 pretty good innings. Hell, that's a decent combo to run out there. Bottom 7, Aaron Judge got called out on a borderline strike. Said something to the umpire as he was walking away and got tossed. Looked to me, and I read his lips like he said, "Oh my God, that's effing bullshit." Saved you a 3-minute John Boy breakdown, but he finished the day 2 for 4, 2 runs, scored a double and RBI. So, 2 pretty good days in a row for Aaron Judge. Last night, the 97-mile-an-hour sinker, he takes it up the middle. Today, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and he takes it to right field, hit both of them hard. So coming around, better late than never. Also, got to mention Clay Holmes. As well as Luke Weaver did, couldn't have finished this off without Clay Holmes. He is just dominating this year. He came in to get the final out of the 8th inning. Gave up a leadoff single in the 9th, but instantly picked up the 6-4-3 double play. Pitcher's best friend, podcaster's best friend, and the Yankees hang on to win 5-3.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
Fred Antonetti Jr. says he's been a Holmes doubter, but slowly becoming a believer.
You're a winner.
Robert Ryan says Weaver has been impressive lately. Got to stay healthy. By the way, welcome to Robert Ryan, one of 3 new members that we added to the channel yesterday. So welcome. And we got to hand out some hardware here. It was kind of a tough decision on the belt today. I mean, we could have gone with Rizzo, second day in a row with a big swing. He hit the 3-run home run. Could have gone with Clay Holmes picking up the 4-out save. But ultimately, I felt like there was one guy who stood out above the rest, and that is Luke Weaver. First belt for Luke Weaver this season. He's got a 2.86 ERA. And he's throwing harder than I thought, you know? Jairus McClure says, I think the "you've been bullshit" piece is what got him tossed. I didn't see that. I saw, oh my God, that's effing bullshit. So he might have said, "You've been bullshit." So yeah, if he did say that, umpires don't like when you make it personal. You suck at this, you suck at that. They don't like that. And if he did say that, yeah, that's probably why he got run. I didn't see that part. He looked like very clearly said, oh my God, that's effing bullshit. That's what I saw. Anyway. But Weave Dog gets the belt, and Robert Ryan says, Luke, may the 4th be with you.
Oh!
Luke belt on May the 4th. Yeah, things work out that way. That's baseball, Susan. That's life. Little what's it called? Serendipity there. All right, let's take a few of your comments.
What do you say?
I'm going to put up the box score real quick, and then we'll go through everything that you guys have to say. So Volpe, another tough day. He's down to 258. He was 0 for 3. He did have a walk. Be interesting to see what happens when DJ comes back, if they slide him down in the order. I think they will. I think they have to at this point. Soto, 1 for 4. Judge, 2 for 4, 2 ribbies. 2 runs, 1 ribby, 2 strikeouts. Verdugo, 1 for 4. Stanton, 1 for 4. Rizzo, 2 for 4 with the 3-run home run. He's hitting 263. Trevino, 1 for 3. And Cabrera, 0 for 3. Got to think that Cabrera is going to be out of the lineup tomorrow with Tariq Skubal on the mound. Tough lefty. John Birdie activated off the injured list today. He's a contact hitting guy. He plays third base, in case you missed it, early this season. Got him from the Marlins. He's 34 years old, I believe, but he's a pretty good contact hitter. I liked what I saw from him at third base, too. So Cabrera has cooled off, and I doubt he's going to be in there to face the tough lefty tomorrow. And John Birdie's honestly going to get a chance to play as he comes back, because the Yankees need offense, and Cabrera has been sinking down, now hitting 239 with a 656 OPS, although the Yankees have won all 4 games that he has homered in. Brian NY says, forget DJ, he's finished. I guess we'll find out. I mean, he didn't look great at the beginning of last season, but he did turn it on in the second half. And, the foot obviously has been an issue. Not just this year. He had the toe issue last year, or maybe the year before. I don't know. He's had so many issues. He's broken down a lot over the last few years. But really all you need is for him to get in there and play solid D and pick up singles. We don't need him to hit home runs. We need him to make contact, hit line drives. Don't need to be a power guy. He's not going to be a guy who hits 360 like he did in the COVID season. If you can just be solid and do your job, I think we'll be all right. Ant123 says, Weaver doesn't look like your typical pitcher, but boy, can he pitch. Yeah, he looks good. I noticed his windup, it's almost like a lack of a windup. He's got that very stiff front leg and very little leg kick, a little bit like Yamamoto. I know, it's kind of a weird comparison, but that's what I see when I look at him. He's obviously taller than Yamamoto. Yamamoto has looked phenomenal, by the way. He got off to that tough start in the Seoul series in Korea, 5 runs in his first inning, but he's been really good since they've come back. David Caniglio says, DJ makes me sad. He was one of my favorite Yankees. Well, he's still got a chance to be one of your favorite Yankees if he comes back and hits. But one thing that's going to happen is he's not going to have a huge leash, right? I mean, right now there's an open competition for third base. Whoever's hitting and making the plays is going to get the opportunities. For a while it was Cabrera. He's got 18 RBIs. He's done a nice job, but he's cooled off. Might be time for him to slip back into that utility role. As we get into summer, more of these guys are going to need days off. Yankees have been running pretty much the same lineup out there every day, but at some point they're going to want to give some guys, days off. And Cabrera could fit nicely in that role, especially against righties, because he's a better left-handed hitter. And that will leave it up to 2 contact hitting righties in their mid-30s to duke it out for the third base spot, the bulk of the third base at bats, and that will be John Birdie and DJ LeMahieu. So we're gonna see how that shakes out. But my money is on Birdie. I think Birdie's going to be the guy who emerges. From what I saw from him, his swing looks really good, solid on defense, good arm, runs really well. He's very, very fast, something the Yankees don't have. So he can make things happen on the bases just like Volpe can. So I'm looking forward to, and frankly, Volpe can learn from him too. This is a guy who stole a lot of bases last year, one of the fastest guys in the league. Volpe can learn by watching how this guy runs. So be interesting to see what happens. Action VJ says, Volpe has the speed that makes him valuable to go first to third. DJ will bat the same with no speed. But here's the thing with Volpe. Since we've moved him up in the top of the order, his approach has changed. For some reason, he's gotten out of that contact mode, and he's swinging harder. You can tell. He's trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Early on this season, he was hitting everything to right field. He was sitting back and taking line drive swings, and the loop has come back. So I think he needs to go back down to the, probably the 7 spot, I would say. Let him get a chance to work things out down there in the bottom of the order. He might someday be a leadoff hitter, but it's pretty clear that right now his approach is not working at the leadoff spot. So I think he needs to get a rest there. Rob says, Birdie is the word. Could have said Birdie is the wordy. Gaming Kid Joe says he wanted a rise for a while. Kind of disappointed. That's life. Things are disappointing, especially in sports. You don't always get who you wanted. I had the biggest hope that the Yankees would get Bryce Harper. When he was a free agent, I thought, he'll probably take less to go play for the Yankees. And there was some rumors that he would play first base. The Yankees didn't want to do that. Now he is playing first base with the Phillies, and he's got a couple of big home runs in the playoffs for them, and he's done a really nice job, really taking over that city, in my opinion. But I think won an MVP with the Phillies also. So Jairus says that Volpe's approach has gotten too swing happy. I don't mind him being aggressive, but I mind the lift and separate approach, especially from the leadoff spot. I want the leadoff guy to focus on getting on base. Sometimes that means taking your walk, but it also means hitting for contact. And there was a good point on the show today, on the game today, that Volpe's speed is kind of wasted in front of Soto because you're not going to steal with Soto and Judge coming up. So maybe you can make things happen at the bottom of the order with his speed. I don't know. Maybe John Birdie becomes the leadoff man tomorrow. That could be something we see. We really could see that. So, anyway. Bernie Gannon says he likes that Birdie's right-handed. Birdie's right-handed. He likes that Cabrera is a switch hitter. Look, Cabrera is a switch hitter, but he hasn't done much right-handed. He's gotten a couple of hits right-handed, but Birdie's a better hitter, a better option against left-handed pitching. That's for sure. So, got a classic platoon situation going right now. So, apparently DJ is getting ready, and he's going to be back in the next few weeks, a couple of weeks maybe, and we'll go from there. We're going to see how the infield shakes out. We got Garrett Cole throwing a side session today through 15 pitches. They showed it on the overhead cam. Didn't look like he was really cutting it loose, but he was still throwing 89 miles an hour. So he basically just warming up and getting loose has a better fastball than I've ever thrown in my life. But and then you got the Martian. He is getting close to rehab assignments. You got Tommy Kahnle coming back soon. So reinforcements are coming. There's going to be a roster crunch. Gabriel Rodriguez says, if we give up Glaber, who's on the market and who can take over? Right now, I don't see anybody who can take over yet. Yorbit Vivas is somebody the Yankees got with hopes that he could eventually be the heir apparent, I think, at second base. He's a left-handed hitter, contact guy. He had an orbital fracture at the end of spring training. Last I saw, he'd only had 7 at-bats. I'm going to see if I can find him on MILB real quick. But he's somebody that I think has a lot of potential. I like his swing. Let's see here. All right, I found him. So he's only had 7 at-bats, and it's been like that for a few days, so I'm not sure. Maybe he's injured again, but I haven't been following him that close. But he was only hitting 143, 1 for 7 with a single. So, but last year you see in the Dodgers system, 269 with a 381 on-base percentage. He had 25 stolen bases so he can run. He had almost as many walks as strikeouts, 69 walks, very nice, and 71 strikeouts. A little bit of power, 13 home runs. That's actually not bad for the minor leagues. You know, you see a lot of times guys will have more power when they get to the major leagues than they had in the minor leagues because you're seeing more consistent strikes. You're getting better lumber to use. The lighting is better. The conditions are better. And you'll see power go up. And you're playing every day. You play more games in the major leagues, obviously. So, and better hitting coaches, better analytics. So everything's better in the major leagues. And that's why you see power numbers jump. But from watching him play in spring training, I came away very impressed. I could see him as being like a 280 hitter who hits 20 home runs a season. And I haven't seen much of his defense, but apparently he's a solid defender too. So, keep an eye on him as a potential Gleyber Torres replacement. But like I said, he's got to get some time on the field before we can even consider that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a few more. Wrap it up.
I gotta get out of here!
Gaming Kid Joe says we should have traded Gleyber last year when the Marlins wanted him. Kevin Beery says, when is Peraza getting back? He's also due back in mid-June. Brian says, apparently the Padres are trading for Arias. Why not us? It's a good question. I mean, I think they're just counting on Gleyber Torres returning to form. So, anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Fun one today. Yankees win 2 in a row. Going to try and make it a win streak tomorrow. Go ahead and call into the voicemail, 718-899-1068. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. And subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms, too. We do have audio available. So, all right, ladies and gents, I'll see you next time.